the formal introductions. Hey, hey, they are back. Back in the 60s, 4 actors were recruited by a television company for a new wacky comedy series.
Wacky, wacky,
But
wacky,
the, sparkling. But these songs in the programme became so popular that the Monkees are soon regarded, well, yes, so I think we can claim as America's answer to the Beatles.
And now that Channel 4 are re-showing their original television shows, 3 of the Monkees are getting back together. That's not the only reason, but it's good news anyway. Davy Jones, Mickey DeLenz and Peter Tork, and they're with us in the studios this morning. Good morning, formally, gentlemen.
Peter can't sing.
Well, you guys would set a key, I'd be in great shape.
Can we ask, first of all, where the 4th member of the Monkees is?
He lost his hat, so he couldn't come. Actually, no, he forgot the tunes, so he forgot.
He's counting his money.
He's counting money.
Couldn't be persuaded to. Couldn't rip him away from the...
He's been around. He did a couple of shows in Los Angeles with us. And,
We've all been around, baby.
He's gained a little weight.
So there's no,
That's why he's around.
Reason why he's not here, aside from the fact that he's got business commitments elsewhere.
Basically, yes. Yeah.
Then he doesn't like us.
There's that, too. But aside from that, we're...
Any reason
no
why that
reason at
should be? That he doesn't like you?
Not true.
Talent.
It's a joke.
We have it.
Welcome back, and why...
No, just kidding, Mike, just kidding.
Why are you back together now?
Why not?
Well, earning power seems to go up proportionate to the square of the number of people involved, so...
And is it as good second time round?
That's
Is it really?
Much better, I think. I've had much more fun.
I always wanted to do it twice, but I always fell asleep. So
We-
I'm going to do it this time.
I've got a feeling this is going to be a difficult morning, one way or another.
No, it's supply and demand. There was a demand to see it because of the show, as you mentioned. The show's been on here and on in the States, very successfully run in the States on MTV. And the demand was there, and so here we are filling it.
Actually, we were the ones who did the demanding, and because we had the supply, so we thought that we...
So welcome back. Now, having said it's, better second time around, the first time, it was sensational, wasn't it? Let's retrace the story a little. As we said, a television company put you guys together, really to make comedy shows, is that right?
Comedy shows.
Yeah. To
make,
there were comedy shows. They were supposed to be dramas. They were supposed to be dramas.
Yeah, it was supposed to be comedy, yeah, but, you know, it didn't
They were
work out.
supposed to be dramas, and they came out.
All scored 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth in this continent.
This is not scripted, folks.
Okay, we're over that one.
That was lovely, I like that. You want to join a group?
No, sideburns and a little hat.
No, on the basis of this, no, I really don't want to join a group at all, but it's great to have you around. Plenty of time to talk a little later. The songs became so popular that you became pop stars, in a word. That's how it all happened, yeah?
Yeah.
They put us together. I thought that they put us together to do both, because I came out of a music tradition, and Mike did too. We were both folk singers. And these other two lot over here came out of the acting tradition, although they were both musical. And they hired a couple of musicians who could act and a couple of actors who could do music, and hoped that they would get 4 guys who could do both, that it would rub off on each other. And the trouble was that we both ruined each other. I can't act or sing, and neither can the rest of us anymore. So
And they ended up with us.
Here we are. Qualities that they
For
wanted.
time to talk this morning, I will have to, at this point, I'm afraid, say thank you for the time being.
Thank you for the time being to you, too.
We've got some
For the time
terrific
was
pop
and-
music coming our way before 8. Plenty of time for us to talk.
Who's coming?
Sam Brown.
Oh, Sam.
We'll take a short break, I think. Stay with us.
When Mickey and I were doing The Point in 1978 at the Mermaid Theatre, it was either stop smoking or you can't go on by Thursday. My throat was like this. You know what I did? Bit drastic. I ate a couple of cigarettes.
You ate?
I actually ate the cigarettes. It made me very, very ill. I threw up. And then every time I thought about it after that, I thought, oh, tobacco, no. And I'd smoked for 20 years. I used to smoke on the set and all the time. And it was either one thing or the other. So if you want to give up real quick, just eat one of those buggers.
So what about
because
you?
then you'll know how
what
it
about
is.
You, Mickey? Were you a smoker, or did you give up? or
Never.
what?
No, I never was. And my mother gave me a cigarette when I was like 6, because she smoked. And I said, Mommy, was that? And she said, here, try it.
Very shrewd, that, actually, isn't
Yeah,
it?
very, because I never smoked. And
what
I
about
think
you,
it's
Peter?
appalling habit.
I smoked and didn't, and then did, and then didn't, and I have been off it for about 6 years. I'm one of the fortunate ones that didn't seem to ever get too deeply involved, although after a very little bit it was uncomfortable, and I couldn't quit when I wanted to. So
There's shrewd psychology involved here, isn't there? Do you actually say, I am an ex-smoker, or do you say, I don't smoke? What psychology do you use?
I say I don't smoke. And interestingly enough, of all the times when I used to not smoke, if I wanted a cigarette, I would pick it up.
Yeah.
And that's how come I went back and forth. This is the first time in my life that the urge to smoke has ever come up that I've said, that's just an urge, I don't have to follow that today. Just right now, I don't
You
have...
can smell a smoker.
I put it... Yep, and you,
Well,
but
it's
you
a good
can't
message.
smell.
I eat them now. Braised Benson. It's lovely.
Well, it's a good message from all you fellas. And as we now all know, and we've all decided, haven't we, it just ain't smart anymore. That's one of the key things.
Disgusting.
It ain't
And nobody will want to kiss you either.
Revolting!
Talking about the psychology of, my sister used to say at school that she'd already given up and people stopped trying to tempt her to smoke, which is maybe a thought. Here's Carol with the weather. Morning, Carol.
Morning, Richard, and hello, good morning to you too.
Earlier. It's a Davy Jones guitar.
Yeah,
I was
tiny
wondering,
one.
you play the drums.
Yes, I do.
But this is the logo, isn't it?
Well,
which
this
has
must have
been-
been your researchers.
Well, it's the subject of some conversation in the newspapers this morning. The Sun are suggesting, in fact, that the Monkees tour faces logo no-go. There's a legal row over the logo that you use.
Rubbish! It's all rubbish!
Don't let the, what did you say? Don't let the truth...
It's their motto down at the Sun. Don't let the truth spoil the news.
Absolutely. It's not true at all. It's just they probably ran out of space and had to come up with something.
That's because they want to send the logo on tour.
Yes, instead of us.
The tour goes on.
Logo
as
has about as
scheduled.
The tour goes on.
Absolutely.
Tour goes on,
We
sorry.
start in Harrogate on the 17th.
Yep.
I
A
think
couple of
we
things
do.
I've always wanted to ask you, as a fan, and I still am a fan. We mentioned a little earlier how it all started. Your background, Davy, as the only Englishman in the group, how come you ended up stateside and got a part of all this?
I was in theatre. I was doing the part of the Artful Dodger in Oliver in New York, and Columbia Pictures signed me to a contract, and then later on, a couple of years later, the Monkees idea came along, and they put me into the show.
And it's come full circle. He just did Fagin in Oliver in Kansas City. and
Oliver,
got
my
rave
boy,
reviews.
come over here, sit down by the fire. Dodger, take off the sausages.
I had a lovely time doing that part, you know what I mean? I got all Ron Moody's moves down, you know. It's all right, Ron. It worked.
I'm doing Artful Dodger.
Gun, steady yourself. Oh, steady yourself.
No, actually, we're very interested.
long as he needs.
He's playing Nancy. So the deal would be, theatre was always what the Monkees were. I think when they chose the three of us, the four of us at the time, to take part in the Monkees, it's because of the theatre behind what we were doing.
Actually, it was the theater behind the cameras, behind the soundstage that they were talking about. There was a little tiny theater they tried to show.
So what we'd like to do, is get into theatre. I mean, pantomime would be perfect for the Monkees.
Well, why has that never happened then? Have you remained good friends down the years? No.
No,
we're like brothers, I think, more than friends.
Actually,
You know what I
the
mean?
championship sports team, you know, you have memories of how wonderful it was, and you share those memories, and you go your separate ways when you're not working or something.
Yeah.
Reunion.
This
reunion
is more like the reunion of a cast of a show, say, like the cast of Oliver got back together to recreate their parts.
You've done a lot of work, cartoon work, a lot of voiceover work.
That was a long time ago. I did a little bit, yeah.
What sort of characters?
I was on Scooby-Doo, and I was on Funky Phantom. There was a show. And I always played the young 17-year-old guy, called Biff, or you know.
Boff or...
Boff or Biff.
No, I was Boff.
Wow.
You were Boff.
Oh, guys, look out. You know.
And he did all the sound effects. I think.
Cheap production, wasn't it?
Very animated.
Yeah, me and Mel Blanc, we used to do the entire thing.
I did a few of those things. I did this Scooby-Doo meets Davy Jones. That was a good one.
Who got something?
I think Scooby got that one, yeah. Filmation. But those kinds of things are real good fun. I think if you're working in the business and you can go from, say, theatre to television, and we make records as well. The Monkees' career was in television, personal appearances. We made records, so it was a very busy time. Mind you, we were 20 years old, so it was quite easy.
It still is, isn't it? I mean, the tour stateside was phenomenally successful, and it would appear that in Britain it's going to be too.
Well, we certainly hope so, and please, spend your pounds and come out. And
The shows are pretty much sold out around the country, but there's always been a great following here in England. It's just that it's been 20 years since we were here.
What sort of ingredients?
As far as the show, the
Oh,
content?
absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
All the
yes,
hits,
oh, yeah.
and only the hits, really, too. We discovered
show.
that that's what...
I'm sorry, I've been waiting.
We'll do the jokes around here if you don't mind.
Thank you, I don't need this. I have chinchillas and heat. Thank you. No. Yes, all the hits, lots of them. And,
Medley of our hit.
that's what they want to hear, yeah, and we do them.
Listen, we'll chat more, fellas, but we've got a dangerous liaison with Mr. Gambaccini coming up next after this break.
The ones you see